my God, we forgot. Trump accused Ted Cruz's father of killing JFK.
Yeah. Right.
And so he attacked his father. He attacked his wife. I'm just telling you, I'm just speaking for myself. Most men I know, if somebody attacked their father and attacked their wife, game over.
After being BFFs with Donald Trump for years and helping Donald Trump to get elected in 2016, Morning Joe then became Never Trumpers for 4 years. Well, Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski have had a change of heart. Now that Trump is going to be the next president, they made a pilgrimage to Mar-a-Lago to meet with Donald Trump. Very interesting. Sam Seder and Emma Vigeland of The Majority Report broke all this down. We're going to take a look at clips from Morning Joe, as well as clips from The Majority Report with Sam Seder and Emma Vigeland. I will share my thoughts on this a bit as well. Let's get into this together.
There's basically people who are going to bow down to Donald Trump and those who are not. And let's just celebrate some who I am sure will not bow down to Donald Trump.
Resistance media.
Resistance media.
We need them now more than ever.
Let's just start with these guys, because these guys have real skin in the game, as it were. Here is Joe Scarborough back in January of this year, just 10 months ago, talking how disgusted he was with Ted Cruz for supporting Donald Trump.
I'm just curious, how does that happen? How does somebody have their family insulted, their spouse insulted, their father? My God, we forgot. Trump accused Ted Cruz's father of killing JFK.
Yeah. Right.
And so he attacked his father. He attacked his wife. I'm just telling you, I'm just speaking for myself. Most men I know, if somebody attacked their father and attacked their wife, game over.
Yeah.
Game over.
Just don't come back.
They would spend the rest of their time going after that guy to take him down politically. Game over. But in this case, he's proud and enthusiastically supporting a man who said his father helped kill JFK.
All right. I mean, we get the point. Game over.
That's what it means to be a mighty man of God.
That's what a man does. You come after my family, you come after my wife, buddy, it's game over. Look at this. Remember when Donald Trump said this about
his wife?
Mika, and I heard poorly rated Morning Joe speaks badly of me. Don't watch anymore. And then how come low IQ crazy Mika along with Psycho Joe came? Wait, where's the other one there? Yeah, to Mar-a-Lago for 3 nights in a row around New Year's Eve and insisted on joining me. She was bleeding badly from a facelift. I said no. Oh,
wow.
Man, you know what? Game over, buddy. You don't come for a guy's wife, right? Right, Joe? Here, listen what Joe was talking about Donald Trump. This was just, when was this? A couple of this
last year.
Yeah,
last year. Last fall.
2 days, he threatens to, says the chairman of the Joint Chiefs probably should be executed. And then he says that the news network that is most critical of him should be taken off the air. This is not a reach. I could go back and talk about Nazi Germany, and I do it without any concerns whatsoever. And if people can't start drawing the parallels, well, you're just stupid, or you have your head in the sand, or you're one of them. But I'd rather.
Yeah. No, I mean, this guy, I love it.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe, for your service. I mean, and when you hear words like that, you realize that deep down, Joe is, realizes that they shouldn't have been so chummy with Donald Trump in the run up to 2016. That they knew they had done wrong. They were sucking up to power. They were sucking up to Trump. And these are people who clearly learned their lesson and are deeply principled. In fact, here, listen to what they said today.
Over the past week, Joe and I have heard from so many people, from political leaders to regular citizens, deeply dismayed by several of President-elect Trump's cabinet selections, and they are scared. Last Thursday, we expressed our own concerns on this broadcast and even said we would appreciate the opportunity to speak with the president-elect himself. On Friday, we were given the opportunity to do just that. Joe and I went to Mar-a-Lago to meet personally with President-elect Trump. It was the first time we have seen him in 7 years.
Now, we talked about a lot of issues, including abortion, mass deportation, threats of political retribution against political opponents, and media outlets. We talked about that a good bit. And it's going to come as no surprise to anybody who watches this show, has watched it over the past year or over the past decade, that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues, and we told him so.
What we did agree on.
Pause it for a second. Hold on for a second. Did they disagree as to whether he was a Nazi? Or did they disagree over
Mika's bleeding face?
Mika's bleeding face?
Before we get more into what Sam and Emma had to say, so all of the things that Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski said previously are correct about, this is one of the things that I've wondered for years. Somebody like Ted Cruz, where Donald Trump says these horrible things about him, his spouse, his father. I don't know how anybody, I'm not a power-hungry person and have had no interest in being a politician. I couldn't do it. I don't know how anyone could not, person could not have any more self-respect or respect for their family members to have a scumbag like Donald Trump saying these horrible things about their family members and not just spend the rest of their political career battling that guy, trying to get other people elected. And at the very least, if they don't have that much, if they don't have any courage at all to do that, to at least not go and work for the guy or campaign for the guy or kiss up to the guy. It's just unbelievable. And again, these Republicans, they're all the alpha males, right? These are the tough guys that don't take any crap, but then they all just genuflect to Donald Trump. I mean, it's disgusting. And now we're going to have media figures like Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski doing the same thing. And what's going to happen? I mean, MSNBC views and viewership have gone down since the election, and they're just going to continue to go down. I mean, who's going to watch this? They're not going to get Republicans to watch. They're all going to be watching their right-wing media. So anyone who's the least bit liberal or progressive is going to be going to shows like The Majority Report and hopefully shows like mine. But they're not going to be watching MSNBC and seeing these clowns like Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski just roll over for Donald Trump.
Did they disagree over that Joe Scarborough was a man who was going to say, game over to you, buddy, game over?
It's interesting they didn't record this conversation as members of the media.
For journalists?
Yeah.
Oh, but look, they're being full disclosure. They're reporting that they went and hung out with him
and expressed some concerns.
And there were some things they did not agree to eye to eye. Whoa.
That's what it means to be a mighty man of valor.
Is there anything else we should hear about this? Did they make Donald Trump cry?
Past year or over the past decade, that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues, and we told him so.
What we did agree on was to restart communications. My father often spoke with world leaders with whom he and the United States profoundly disagreed. That's a task shared by reporters and commentators alike. We had not spoken to President Trump since March of 2020, other than a personal call.
I just want to thank these two so much
for their service,
for resuming communication with Donald Trump. That was so helpful the first time when they were in constant communication with Donald Trump. I know we're just civilians, but can we get them a medal? Is there any way for us to give them a medal?
I mean, they wake up every morning at the crack of dawn for their morning show to make it in time to defend democracy. I mean, that's tough hours, buddy.
And then you throw in the fact that they're going to have to be in communication again with their new president, Donald Trump.
Wow.
I've
Must
been
be rough for
anxious.
them.
I've been anxious since the election, but knowing they've had this Mar-a-Lago summit, and people are willing to have these dialogues that are so important.
It's so important. Now, they're not going to see eye to eye on everything.
Well, you never do in conversation.
No, you don't.
And they don't talk about it here, Sam and Emma and Matt Leck, but like I said at the beginning of this video, Joe Scarborough was one of the biggest figures in helping get Donald Trump elected in 2016. Donald Trump was calling in to his show, not even going on the show, calling into the show day after day after day. And then they became Never Trumpers after he was elected. But they really, they gave him millions and millions and millions, if not billions of dollars of free airtime to just go on and say whatever he wanted to. And all of this, whether it's the politicians in Washington, whether it's the people on television, whether it's people on YouTube, is it all just professional wrestling? I mean, does Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, do they believe anything that they're saying at all? Did they just go to Mar-a-Lago and they're all just laughing and just saying, look at these, just look at the rubes in our audience that really think this is a real feud and all of this kind of stuff. We've seen it with Trump and these other people around him that he's, again, made all these horrible insults to, and then they're all just buddy-buddy. I mean, this is the professional wrestling president. Donald Trump was literally involved in professional wrestling, and it's all been turned into professional wrestling in terms of our politics. Now, the sad thing is that professional wrestling is fake, but the laws that are passed in Washington and the policies that are put into place, those are not fake, and they affect all of us. But what do you think about Joe Scarborough, Mika Brzezinski making their pilgrimage to Mar-a-Lago, and Sam Seder and Emma Vigeland making fun of all this? Are they correct? Or in terms of Sam Seder and Emma Vigeland, or are Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski and Morning Joe doing the right thing in going and talking to Donald Trump? Do you think there's any chance that they are going to be critical of Donald Trump going forward and using words like Nazi and all of that? Or do you think they're just going to roll over for Trump? I think they're going to roll over for Trump, and I have not that I want them to do that, but it's fine with me because I don't care about their show, and if their show just continues to plummet in the ratings, I think that would be a good thing. We need actual progressive voices out there like Sam Seder and Emma Vigeland. And I want to be one of these progressive voices too, even though I've only been doing this for a short while. And if you like my progressive voice and what I'm doing here on Chris on Culture, make sure to give me a like and subscribe. Leave me a comment on this video or any other video that you want to comment on. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to see more videos like this from me, please do so. This is Chris on Culture, and I will see you in the next video.